helping others is included in the type of behavior prosocial, or more specifically referred to as altruism. This behavior means various behaviors that aim to benefit others and not oneself. Wolster and Piljevan, 1972, define altruism as a helpful behavior that is voluntary, requires sacrifice from the perpetrator, and is driven by something beyond the expectation of material gain or social advantage, e.g., seen as favorable by the environment. Prosocial behavior usually appears when a human being realizes that there are other parties who are experiencing difficulties. As social beings, humans are educated to obey a series of rules and norms in living their lives. One of the things that most people are taught since childhood is the habit of helping others. You're rushing to work, and a man ahead of you collapses on the sidewalk. Do you stop to help? In a study of bystanders, it was found that some people look away or keep on walking rather than stop and get involved.
The questions of responsibility plays an important role in preventing bystanders from doing something. In one experiment conducted by Erwin Staub, a professor of psychology at the University of Massachusetts at Amherst, an adult left a group of 5-year-old and 6 years old in a room. The adult told some children she was leaving them in charge and they should take care of anything that happened. She said nothing to others. After she left, the children heard what sounded like someone in trouble in another room. The idea was to see if the children were more or less likely to help after they were told they were responsible. The 6 years old were more likely to investigate when the grown up gave them responsibility. The 5 years old were not instead. Some of them even put their finger into their ears when they heard sounds of distress. They were in conflict, explained Taub. They may not have felt competent or courageous enough to go to another room, but they were made responsible, so they avoided the situations. According to Stowe, the 6 years old were quicker to act because they were more familiar with where to go and how to get help. Since most emergencies take place in unfamiliar settings, adults often react more like 5 years old. They feel responsible but powerless and therefore tend to deny the crisis rather than intervene.
There is an inclination to decide that no action is needed, says Stubb. The first thought that pops into your mind often keeps you from offering help. In order to take action, you have to work against them. Common reasons that might prevent you from helping include: you might think someone older or with more medical knowledge should offer assistance. Why should I be the one to help? I'm probably not the most competent person in this crowd. The fear of embarrassment is powerful. No one wants to risk looking foolish in front of others. What if he doesn't really need my help? We take social cues from the people around us, but most people tend to hold back their emotion in public. No one else looking concerned. This must not be a problem. If you spot trouble and find yourself rationalizing inaction, force yourself to stop and evaluate the situation instead of walking, says Stubb. Then try to involve other people. You don't have to take on the entire responsibility of being helpful. Sometimes it's just a matter of turning to the person next to you and saying, It looks like we should do something, or asking someone if an ambulance has been called in. If not, to call for one. Once you take action, most people will take their cues from you and pitch in. So, the conclusion is we are strongly encouraged to help each other in goodness. The slightest help that can be given to another person can be very valuable for that person. The assistance provided is not only in the form of wealth, but can also be in the form of energy and thought according to ability.